It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Portions of the southern plains, chances for heavy rain and isolated severe storms continue today. Meanwhile, much cooler temperatures and locally heavy rainfall are in the forecast for the Pacific Northwest into the Great Basin and Northern Rockies. Then from the plains through the Great Lakes region, you're going to have above average temperatures expected through the middle of the week. Closer to home, well, we're going to see some more rain chances, mainly east of the Rio Grande today. For tomorrow through the start of the week, we can expect high temperatures well above average and just a slight chance of rain on Tuesday. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The County of Otero is paying Alamogordo resident Matt Creselius after alleging former County Commissioner Coy Griffin unlawfully threw Creselius out of a public meeting. Creselius whined that he was mocked, yelled at, silenced, and roughly thrown out of public hearings simply because he had a different opinion. Odd, since Creselius is known for bullying, silencing, and forcibly removing people from meetings for holding differing opinions. I had to look this one up to make sure I got the definition just right. Hypocrisy. Noun. The practice of claiming to have moral standards or beliefs to which one's own behavior does not conform. Look that one up in your Funkin' Wagnalls there, Creselius. I spoke with former County Commissioner Coy Griffin.
He was one of the most disruptive people that I ever dealt with while I was in office. He had a special vindictiveness towards attacking me, usually, in the meetings, and he would sit there like a 6-year-old child with his hand up in the air, being disruptive, and wouldn't put his hand down and would butt in, and unfortunately, Vicky was chairing the commission, and Vicky would never control the meetings. At one point, I tried to get policy in place that was pointed pretty much directly at him, just to keep him from being disruptive, because Vicky couldn't control the meetings, and then when Gerald and Vicky looked at it and it was coming from me, they both voted against it. So this guy remained out of control in the meetings, to the point that he became so disruptive he had to be physically removed from the meeting because he wouldn't shut up, and we couldn't have the meeting. And so David, instead of David Black, the sheriff, charging him with disruptive behavior at the least, David just throws him out of the meeting and says, go home. Yeah, of course he's going to go to the ACLU or some sort of scumbag attorney association and sue the county. If David would have charged him with disruptive behavior at the least, then at least the county would have had ground to stand on.
Creselius said in a press release that he hopes this settlement makes clear that all Otero County residents, regardless of their political background, have the right to express their opinions freely without intimidation at county commission meetings. Yeah, whatever, but Matt, I feel confident you yourself will continue to attack those with opinions differing from your own, so what's the difference? A 2008 Jeep Wrangler, New Mexico plate 214 PWM, has been seen around town with a plate that expired back in July. The red four-wheel drive vehicle has a huge sign that reads, "Not Amy" on the back, and a small sign that reads, "F*** Trump." Clearly an act of domestic terrorism.
Don't you know sarcasm when you hear it?
Plus, the owner can clearly afford tagging his car. I mean, he was just awarded that $45,000 from Otero County, right? Anyway, city, county, by all accounts, this vehicle needs impounded. Construction activities are set to begin from just east of Valley View Avenue to Poplar Drive this coming Monday. Roads will be closed to all through traffic, but the contractor will work to keep access for residents. Delays for access should be expected. All residing on Holloman Avenue, Bonita Avenue, White Sands Avenue, and other surrounding areas will have access using Valley View. Crews are going to be working from dusk till dawn Monday through Friday, so be cautious of those working within the project limits and seek alternative routes if possible. This project is expected to be completed by late March of 2024. 1 week from today is the Republican Party of Otero County meeting, bringing the ballot to you. Every Republican on the November 2023 ballot has been invited to attend in order to introduce themselves to you. Now, this is not a debate. It's going to be an initial meet and greet and includes Cloudcroft, Tularosa, Alamogordo, and Soil and Water. Ballot questions could be discussed, but in order for this to be a success, voter turnout is a must. There's also going to be a potluck, so bring your best dish to share. That's going to be this coming Thursday, a week from today, 6 p.m., at the corner of Fairgrounds and White Sands. The Battle of the Food Trucks Round 2 takes place on October 7th from noon till 5 at Washington Park. Food, drinks, games, and live music, plus most importantly, free entry. Zubu 2023 is happening Saturday, October 28th from 9 until noon. The event, of course, is free, and you're invited to join in for a spooktacular fun time at Alameda Park Zoo. Costume contest, trick-or-treating, vendors, plus the fun runs. More information is available by visiting the City of Alamogordo Facebook page. Time now to go to our good friend, Pastor Lauren Noble, for this week's inspirational moment.
Good morning, 95.1 listeners. This is Pastor Lauren Noble filling in for Warren. Today, God has given us yet another opportunity to make a positive impact on someone's life. It may be as simple as a smile or have a nice day or I hope life is treating you okay. So try to make a difference in someone's life and make their life a little bit brighter as we go through each day. And we all need that. I know I could use some brightness in my life from time to time. Let me say a prayer for us. Lord, help us to make someone's day a little bit brighter because it brightens up their day, but it brightens up our day as well, and we all need it in the society in which we live. We could all use some brightness and a smile and have a nice day, so help us to be better in that department because we need it. Amen. Until we meet up again on the airwaves, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
AlamogordoTownNews.com is a locally owned website featuring local news matters from a local perspective that affects you, and we bring it to you directly. Plus, local sports, cultural arts, and events. Online, AlamogordoTownNews.com. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County.
38-year-old Dominic Aragon is facing 25 counts of various types of child sex charges. That's according to records obtained from the Donna Ana County Detention Center. Those records show that Donna Ana County Sheriff's deputies arrested Aragon in El Paso this past Wednesday morning and then booked him into the detention center. That's where he's currently hanging out. Officials charged Aragon with 11 counts of criminal sexual contact of a clothed minor, 5 counts of criminal sexual contact with an unclothed minor, and 9 counts of criminal sexual penetration causing injury. New Mexicans at the heart of the Downwinders movement took to the nation's capital yesterday, pleading with House leaders to pass a bill that would expand help for people affected by nuclear testing and mining. Near the steps of the U.S. Capitol, dozens were asking for an end to legislative gridlock in the House over a bill benefiting New Mexicans who have been affected by radiation exposure.
We can correct this injustice in America. We can help more families. We can recognize those with the respect that they have earned.
That's New Mexico Senator Ben Ray Lujan. Republican Senator from Missouri Josh Hawley seems to agree.
If the government is going to create a disaster, the government should clean it up.
For decades, New Mexicans have pushed for federal recognition of the effects of uranium mining and the impact of the atomic bomb's Trinity test left on those who are downwind from the blast.
For 13 years, we have had bills introduced in the U.S. Congress, and this is the closest we've ever been. 13 years, never a vote on the Senate or House floor.
Tularosa Basin Downwinders Consortium co-founder Tina Cordova. Now they're closer than ever to their goal. A bipartisan Senate effort passed in July provides compensation to victims of radiation exposure in the Tularosa Basin, as well as elsewhere in New Mexico. However, since the Senate passed the National Defense Authorization Act, the possible first-time benefits for those groups have been awaiting a House vote. If it passes the House, the changes to the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act would permit people to apply for benefits through the federal program for nearly 2 more decades. A large sinkhole has opened up after a water main break near Paseo del Norte and Eagle Ranch Road in northwest Albuquerque. According to the Water Authority, a contractor was working in the area. While the contractor was digging, they reportedly struck the water main in the area. That break in the water line caused a large sinkhole to form. Sports and weather are next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, it just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 35 matches for New Mexico volleyball today. Featured matches include Carrizozo at Animas, Chaparral at Hot Springs, New Mexico Military Institute at Mescalero, Cobre at Silver, Hatch welcomes Tularosa. Wow! Go Lady Cats! There's also 4 games for New Mexico football today. Featured games include New Mexico's top-ranked teams Albuquerque at number 4 La Cueva, as well as Goddard at number 24 Gadsden. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for mostly sunny skies with a 20% chance of showers and storms, winds gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a 20% chance of showers and storms, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 85, low tonight of 64, high tomorrow, 88 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies with a 30% chance of showers and storms, winds gusting as high as 28 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a 20% chance of showers and storms, winds gusting as high as 25. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 24. Your high today for Cloudcroft, 65, low tonight 48, high tomorrow 68 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. We've also launched the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, which will feature our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. For those that have subscribed to our channel, we want to take this moment to thank you. And for those of you who have not yet done so, please do so. That way you too can stay in the loop when news breaks in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.